Okay. Hi, Adelina. Did you have a good weekend? Hi, Felicity. Hey, Felicity, is your note taker? Did you send her the link? Hi, Karina. Did you have a good weekend also? Yeah. Yep, the staying inside thing. Yeah, I think, being all of this being in confinement, it is kind of calm. Um, yeah, definitely, Karina. Felicity, I don't know. You're the woman in charge of doing the sending out the note taker for you. Contacted me, and I told her to contact you for the link so you could send the link to your note taker. But the other thing is that I'm taking notes here on the paper. So I don't know. You tell me what you need. But have you been able to go back to the video? Because the video's there with the notes. So I don't know if if that works for you. Um, you tell me whatever you need. That's what's important. Hi, Sadrina. Hi, Lizeth. Hi, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Hmm. Hi, Kira. I just sent you an email, but I'll tell you, just remind me about homework. I think we'll do it a little bit differently uh, to make it easier for all of us. So let's see. But I'll talk about that at the end when everybody's here, or somewhere in the middle when everyone's here. Where are we, Kira? There we are. Probably. I haven't looked at it yet, Felicity. I'll look at it later. Um, Hi, Christopher. Hi, Nikaya. Let me get you in attendance, and then let's just start. Um, let's give it 4 more minutes while people arrive. Hi, Raina. Hi, Billy. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Jackson. Welcome. Welcome. Hey, Karina, I know you're not his keeper, but can you text Luis and find out if he's on his way and I'll just wait? Otherwise, I'll get started. Oh, thank you. Give it 2 more minutes and then we'll start. Hmm. All right, so let's start. First, did anybody have any questions from the section 13.1? What was difficult? Yes, please tell me your questions. Good, Billy. You know what, Felicity? When we're done, this video is on YouTube. So, Felicity, if you subscribe right now, hit the subscribe button, then you can always go back to this place and you can look at the video. All right, so the video's there. It's recording right now. Okay? Good. And you know what other people are doing so they don't need the link on Canvas is if you subscribe, then the next time it's time to go to class, you just hit subscribe and you see that there's a live stream going and you click right in. So you don't need to go to Canvas to find the link. That's what some folks are doing. So Felicity, you've got the notes. They'll be there. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about, let's do this from the beginning. Okay. If you borrow $1,000 for 2 years, okay, the bank needs to be paid. Okay, so if you borrow $1,000 for 2 years, the bank charges you to do that. All right, and that's the interest. So let's see if we can get this to focus again. So, for example, and the bank, it's interest, and it is a percentage of the amount borrowed. Okay? So, example. If you borrow $1,000 for 2 years, okay, bank charges 3% interest, okay? The formula, and you will need to know this formula, is this. The interest equals principal times rate times time, where P is principal, R is rate, T is time. Okay? So the interest will be 1,000 times 3% times 2 years. Okay? 1,000 times 0.03, because that's 3%, times 2. All right? You're going to need your calculators for this next unit. So just get accustomed to having your calculator with you. All right? So that will be 1,000 times 0.03. Oops. 1,000 times 0.03 times 2 equals $60. So the interest is 60. All right? Therefore, you'll have to pay back $1,060, which is the $1,000 of the loan plus $60. All right. Help me out. Is everybody clear with that concept there? Are we good? Give me an okay so I know. Okay. So you all have the basic idea. Okay. Does anybody not understand the basic idea right here? Are we all good? All right. Let me do a little attendance here first, real quick, and then I'll go back to. Let's do a problem then. Okay. All right. So let's do a problem. All right. You'll need your calculators. Let me turn the page. Okay. All right. Let's say that you're going to buy a couch and coffee table. All right. And the total cost is $2,196. Okay. You will take 3 years to pay it off. Okay. And the bank charges Uh, well, if it's your credit card, it's a lot of money. But let's say the bank charges 4.7%. Okay. Okay, what's your interest? What are you going to pay in interest? So go ahead and do that. And when you get that answer, go ahead and put it in, type it in, please. Okay. Oh, the interstate is 309. Good, good, very good. Is that what everybody got? 309.63. And I'm really glad that you all left. Yeah, I know it was interest. I just thought it was funny that it became interstate. Um, I'm really glad you guys kept the decimal places. In the other class, they kept rounding it up to dollars, and you really, really need to keep the decimal places. Okay, so you keep it down to either what Nikaya did, where you keep it 0.636, or you can round that up to pennies, so it'd be 64 cents, but don't go any further than that for the rest of this unit. Okay, good. Very, very good. So here's my second question. Go ahead and type that in. What is the total amount that you need to pay back? Good, Christopher. Good, very good. Hey, someone new has arrived. Who are you? Just so I can give you attendance. Excellent. Excellent, folks. And now for the tricky question, part 3. Good, Chris. Good, Billy. Very good. Good, good, good. All right, Nikaya, very good. Good, everybody. Let me check with some folks. Let me see. Felicity and Karina, are we good? I didn't see you jumping in, so I just want to make sure we're good there. Idalina, are we good? Give me an okay, and then I'll move on here. Does anybody want to see the math? Want me to do all the math or not? I'm happy to do it. But if it's obvious, cool, sure, let me do it. So let's do the math all the way through. Okay. So 1, okay? Interest equals P times R times T. Okay? So that'll be 2196 times 4.7% times 3 years. Okay? So 2196 times 0.047 times 3 equals, what was it? 309. Okay, so you round up. Just round up to cents, okay? Okay, so this is what the interest was. 2, the total payback amount is the interest plus the principal, the amount you borrowed. And so that is 2196 plus 309.64, and that gives us 2505. What was it? 2505.64. Okay. And then number 3, monthly payment. Okay. We have 3 years at 12 months per year equals 36 months. Okay. So you take 2505.64 and you divide by 36 and you get, and that's how much your monthly payment is. Oh my gosh, sorry, I was off the screen. Okay, are we all clear? That's how you do the math? Would you like to do one more or not? We lost somebody again. Or we gained somebody, I'm not sure. Are we good? Kira, are we good? Yes, okay, we'll do one more. Here we go. You buy a car for $23,184. Okay. Bank interest is 5.3%. And car loans are 5 years. So 1, what's the interest? 2, total payback amount. And 3, monthly payment. Okay, go ahead and find those 3 things, okay? Idalina, Lizette, that looks right.
Looking at my phone.
Good, good. Now, what's your monthly payment? Billy, I think you did it wrong. I don't know where the mistake was. Chris, the interest is incorrect. Good, Billy, that's correct. Chris, can you do the interest again? I think if you do the interest again, then and do the interest, then the rest of it looks correct. Like you did everything correct, but you made a small mistake with the interest. Good, Nikaya. Good, good, Carrie. You got it correct. Yeah. Hey, are we good, Felicity? Do you understand the process? Good, good. All right. It looks like if I have no other questions, I'll move on. I'll give you a minute. If you have another question, feel free to ask it right now, or I'll move on to the next thing. Next thing's more difficult. So.
Like, it just sucks because I've already mortgaged all the properties I'm willing to mortgage. That just got me too good.
All right. All right. So, so this is the process if you borrow money. If you invest money, the process is different. Okay? Let's look at this process here before we move on. If you notice, we figured the interest once. So right here, what we did is we said the interest equals so this is what we did, and we did it once. Good, Karina. Very, very good. You got it. Excellent. So right here, if you notice, we figured the interest once, and we put the interest once on top of the principal. So you figured the interest. What was the interest, by the way? 614376. Okay, there was the interest. Then we added it into the principal. Once, and we got, what was it, 29,327. Okay, I want to point out that we did this once. We did it right before you took out the loan. So as you were taking out the loan to buy your car, they figured your interest once, one time only. Okay, so you pay that interest only once. Now, the process is different if you invest money. Okay, we use compound interest. What that means is you add back interest at a regular interval then refigure the interest again. Okay, so what's going to happen here is you figure the interest only once. Here what happens is you figure out the interest. That interest is put into your savings account, and then at a certain period a little bit later, they figure the interest again. And so you earn interest on your original amount, plus you're going to earn interest on top of the interest. So let me give you an example. It's going to take a while. So be patient. It's going to take 10 minutes. All right. And then I'll show you. And by the way, I'm going to do this example. I just want you to watch and think about it and pay attention and ask questions. This is not the way you would do it, but I'm going to do it this way so you understand kind of the process. Okay. This is the way people do this. The process, how it works, and then I'm going to show you the shortcut. All right, so just watch. You don't need to worry about these steps, but I do want you to watch and pay attention, okay? Otherwise, when you use the formula, you won't really understand what you're doing. Okay, so here we go. Here's my example, okay? You're going to invest $1,000. Okay, at 5% compounded annually. For 5 years. Okay, let's look at this, just what my question is, okay? And understand what this means. So you put $1,000 in an account. You're going to earn 5% interest every year on that $1,000. And you're going to keep it in the account for 5 years. So, one, if it were simple interest, okay? And there's a big if right there. And I'm telling you, it's not simple interest. If it were simple interest, you would earn okay? And that would be $250. And your total after 5 years would be $1,250. Okay, give me an okay that you understand what I just did, so I know you're with me before I move on to the next step. Thank you, everybody. Excellent, excellent. Now, but this is how it is really done in the real world. I'm going to make a chart. Not the shoe. Okay? So the year, the balance, the interest, the new balance. So in the first year, okay, you have $1,000. That's your balance, okay, because you start there. The interest is 5% per year, so that's $50. Okay? So the interest will be and our new balance will be $1,050. All right. Everybody good? That's after 1 year. Now we're going to go back here. Year 2. Okay, that's year 1. Year 2. Our new balance is $1,050. Okay? At 5%, because we're earning 5% interest, our new interest is this. Okay, it's $52.50. And the reason it's $52.50 is that $50 is the interest on 1,000. $2.50 is the interest that you earn on this interest that you put in this year. So since you put in this little bit of interest, you now earn 5% of this $50. So that's $52.50. So our new answer would be $1,102.50. That's year 2. All right. Year 3. Our new balance is $1,102.50 at 5%. $55. Okay. So now this 5%, I want to point out this 5%, you earn this 5% on that $50 and on that $52 together. So you earn two. So now you've earned interest on that initial $50 twice. Then you've earned interest on this $250 again. So now our total is $1,157.63. Let's stop right here and just see if anybody has any questions. I'll give you a minute. Does anybody have any questions about what I'm doing? I don't want you to get lost. I got 2 more years to do, but let's check in right here and see if everything's okay. Is that no questions, Idalina, or no, I don't understand any of this? Good, good. Everybody else, are we good? All right, let's do it again. Our new balance is 1,157.63. Yes, that's it. And you're right, Chris. This is an uphill snowball at 5%. Because every time you add the interest, it becomes more. Okay? So now we have 1157.63 times 0.05 equals. You notice that the interest we're earning keeps going up. So now we have 1215.51. Okay, and now let's do our last year, year 5. Okay. So after 5 years, with compound interest, this is what you have earned. Okay. So what happened was you earned an extra $26.29. Does everybody understand? The point I want to make, and it's an important point, is with compound interest, you earn a lot more money. Okay. And the longer the compound interest, the longer you're accruing compound interest in an account, the bigger your money becomes. And it's dramatic. It's not a small thing, it's a dramatic thing. So if you have an account right now that earns whatever, some investment account that earns 5% in your 20s, and you put in $10,000, like whatever, I know that sounds like a tremendous amount of money, but you put in $50 to $100 a month, and you do that until you're 30, 35. By the time you retire, you have $1 million, and you don't do anything. It just sits in the account and earns compound interest, and every year it becomes a massive amount more interest. Okay? I wish I had done it. Now that I'm at the edge of retirement, I had an account like this back when I was 30 and I got rid of it. And that was the stupidest thing I think I did. So I strongly suggest open yourself some investment account, and just even if you just put $25 to $50 to $100 in it a month and never take anything out, then when you're ready to retire at 65, you'll have a nice, comfortable chunk of money that'll make your retirement comfortable. There's my strong suggestion, and I'm not a financial advisor. Now, there is a formula for this. And now I'm just about ready, Kira and Billy, I'm just about ready to get to your questions, okay? We're going to now look at the formula. The formula is this. A is your total amount that you earned. So, very, very important. And please listen. The book does not give this formula. I don't know why. The previous editions of the book did give this formula, and they changed it. It's a small change, but it confuses people. So just do what I'm showing you right here. Okay? And the book formula is there. But go back to your notes for this. All right. Here, P equals principal. R equals rate. N equals the number of compoundings per year. And T equals time in years. Okay? So let's do the problem we just did. Now, I want you to notice that the N, the number of compoundings, is only 1 because we only compound it once, okay, per year in the example that I gave you. All right? So here's how we would do it. There's our formula. P is 1,000. Let me stop right there and see if anybody has any questions. Billy, do you have a question, or Kira? Is that clear? Good, good, good. So now, this is the part that people get confused at. So I want to use my calculator. Excellent. I'm glad you all get this. That's good. I'm going to use my calculator. Now, a couple of things. Sometimes what people don't know is you have your calculator right here, right? And if you turn it sideways, you get a scientific calculator. All right? I'm sure most of you already knew. So now I'm going to do it. And we have to do PEMDAS. So everybody remembers PEMDAS, right? We do the parentheses first. So we have to do the parentheses first. Okay? So this becomes that. Okay? Now the next thing we have to do is exponents. We have an exponent right there. Okay, so I'm going to do the exponent. And now the exponent button is x to the y. It's right there. To the 5th power equals. Okay? So then it becomes 1,000 times 1.276.63. And then I multiply that times 1,000, and I get this. It's a little off from doing it by hand, but that has to do with rounding. All right, you notice we get the same answer. Karina, I added 0.05 plus 1. That's 1.05. Does that help? Give me an okay or not an okay. Okay. Now I have a problem for you. I want you to use the same numbers. I'm going to turn the paper over. I'll do it this way. Let me do it this way. Okay. Felicity, what do you mean do it either way? You cannot do it the way that I showed you originally, where I did those 5 years, because you'll be doing this for hours and hours and hours. And you'll make mistakes, because we all do. Whereas if you use the formula, you'll be done in a couple of minutes. If you try to do it the way that I did it before, yeah, these problems will take you hours to do. Or minutes. So I want you to do the same exact thing, but I want you to figure out your total biannually, which means that you'll compound twice a year, quarterly, 4 times a year, monthly, 12 times a year, daily, 365 times a year. Okay? So just to give you a heads up, it's all you're doing right here is that for biannually, this will be a 2, and that'll be a 2. For quarterly, that'll be a 4. That'll be a 4. For monthly, 12, 12. For daily, 365, 365. So go ahead and figure out those 4 things, okay, on your calculator. And then when you're done, go ahead and please just give a quick text, do it. A is a certain amount, B is a certain amount, C is a certain amount, and D is a certain amount. So go begin. The N stands for the number of compoundings per year. So biannually means twice a year. Okay, quarterly means 4 times a year, monthly means 12, and daily means 365. Does that help, Christopher? You got the same numbers, Lizeth? Is that what you mean by same? You got the same amounts? Very, very good. Yeah, the formula is the one in the book. Yeah. That's how you do compound interest there. How about everybody else? How are you doing? Good, good, good. So everybody got the same thing. So now I have another. Is everybody good? Ready to go on? Is there someone who's still working? I don't want to push you. Felicity, how you doing? Idalina, are we good? So Sadrina, just try it again. Put a 4 and sure, I'll go over it. Sadrina, sometimes I get them wrong. I usually do them twice because I tend to hit the buttons too fast and I miss something. All right, let's do them. A. Okay. Biannually. Biannually, bi means 2, so that's 2 times a year. So we have this. Was it 5 years? 5 years. Okay. So all I did was I plugged in a 2 right here because it's biannually and a 2 up there because it's biannually. That's where you put in the number of compoundings per year. That means that 2 times a year I put the interest back in. That's what compounding means. Every time you compound, you take whatever interest and you put it back in. So now, to do this, we do parentheses first. Okay? So here we go. So we're going to have so that's 0.05 divided by 2 equals that. So I just did that part. Plus 1 equals. Now that's what's in the parentheses, okay? Now 2 times 5 is 10. So I take it to the 10th power equals. Then I multiply that times 1,000 and I get 1280.8 cents. Good? All right. Felicity, is that making sense? Christopher, is that making sense how we do it? Let's do B. Quarterly. Okay, that's 4 times per year. So do the same thing. Okay, so this is what we do right here. All right, and now we have 0.05 divided by 4 equals plus 1 equals. Then I take it to the 4 times 5 is 20th power equals times 1,000 equals. So that's 1282. Okay. All right. Is everybody good? Do I need to go on or are we clear? I think we're good. Felicity, looks like you got it, right? So I want you to do, I've never done this before, but I want you to do an assignment real quick. Okay? Okay? You personally, whatever your age, who you are right now, okay? You put away $10 a month for 10 years. Okay, there's the activity I want you to do. All of you are different ages, so just whatever your age is, I want you to put away $100 a month for 10 years at 6%. You're going to leave it alone until you're 65. So that amount is going to change for each of you, okay, depending upon how many years until you're 65. How much money do you have for retirement then? So go ahead and do that, all right? And I'll give you a couple of minutes. When you're done, go ahead and post. Post what you'll have at age 65. All right. So you put away $100 a month for 10 years. I think you made a mistake, Raina, because it should be 10 times that amount. Okay. Let's start with $100 a month for 10 years. I'll give you an example. Right now, let's say you are 26 years old. Okay, let's just say. So 10 years at $100 per month equals, okay, 12 times 100 equals $1,200 per year times 10 times 1,200 equals 12,000. Okay? So now you retire at age 65. Let's say you're 26. You'll be 65 minus 26, 39 years. Okay? And you have 6% interest. So now you use your formula. 12,000 times 1 plus 6%. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, everybody. Compounded daily. That's my bad. Sorry about that. Compounded daily. Okay. Does that help, folks, what you're doing? Give me a yes or a no that helps. There's my example. Okay. Does that help? Okay, go ahead and do it for yourselves so that each of you will get a different answer. All right? Unless you're all exactly the same age. Okay, go ahead and do it for yourselves. Oh, the compoundings? Yeah, that was my bad. Sorry about that. So go ahead and do it and then tell me how much you'll have at age 65. Okay? Good, that's about right, Lizette. Good. What about other folks? Yep, that's about right. Those are about right. Good. Oh, Lizeth and Karina, you're the same age. Good. All right. So we'll begin to wrap this up a bit. The thing I wanted to point out to everybody is that your investment is $12,000. Do you see? And then without doing anything, without doing any work, without doing anything, if you invest that amount of money right now at your age, then on retirement you have 10 to 20 times that amount of money. So for a very small investment, compound interest ends up making that a very large amount of money, right? And if you put in more, if you just keep putting that money in over time, right now, you end up making a tremendous amount of money, and you can retire with $500,000 to $1 million, and you really didn't do that much. You put away a little tiny bit each month, but it adds up. And this is my commercial for being fiscally sound, because I'm about to retire and I wish I had done this. And if I had done this in my 20s, I did it to pay for college. But if I'd done it in my 20s and just kept it up, I could retire easily. I mean, I could retire in a much greater style. I could eat gold bars every day and not have a problem. Yeah, Chris, I figured, yeah. So, homework, let's do this. You all are responsible for the homework and the classwork that's posted on the pacing chart. But what I would like to do is let's just wait and you turn everything into me on the day of the test. All right? Is everybody clear? I'll put it in the notes so we have it. Everybody clear? So you save it, and it has to be, the important thing is it has to be super clearly labeled. Classwork, homework, classwork, homework. So that when I go through it online, on the day of the test, when you take the test and I go through and see all your work, it's really easy for me to assign you points. But if it's not clearly labeled, then I'm at a disadvantage to give you all the points that you earn. Is that clear, everybody? Are we good? Okay. Excellent. I think that's it. I will give you a heads up, just real quick. The test will be It's about 2 pages long, and it's a family. And I'm going to give you their financial status, their car payment, their loan payment, their mortgage, how much they earn, all of that stuff. It's 2 pages long of all of their financial stuff. And then I'm going to ask you to make a plan for them. So in order to do that, you're going to have to figure out their investment, their mortgage, how much credit card debt they have, etc. Okay? Their investments, everything like that, you're going to have to figure out. Okay? It'll take you a couple of hours. I'll give you a weekend to do it. So the more you do the homework and the more you practice these things, then when it comes time to take the test, it'll be easy for you. Okay? Because you'll know what to do. Does everybody understand? It's an open-ended test. He always gets a different answer, and that's okay, because it's not about the answer you get, it's about the process that you follow. All right? I don't think I've ever gotten the same answer twice. I've gotten all kinds of different answers, and that's okay. It's an open-ended test. Everybody clear? So that's what it'll be like. Okay? You'll have to do your own analysis of their finances. All right, that's it for me. Does anybody have a question? Kyle Patterson. Who are you, Kyle Patterson? Did you just arrive, Kyle Patterson? Is that you, Luis? Hey, Kyle Patterson, introduce yourself because I don't remember who you are. So, Felicity, turn in all the homework on the day of the test, and you'll turn it in by emailing it to me on the prof. The email is on Canvas. You'll see the email on Canvas, okay? Yeah, Sadrina, I saw the email. I just haven't put it in yet. Okay? Felicity, is that clear? You turn the homework in on the email that's on Canvas. Okay? Who is Kyle Patterson? Help me out here. Someone's name is under the Kyle Patterson, and I don't have a Kyle Patterson in this class. So who is Kyle Patterson? I want to give you attendance, Kyle Patterson. Well, I guess that's it. I'll see some of you tomorrow. And I hope you all have a good day or two. I'll see some of you tomorrow, and I'll talk to you again on Wednesday, okay? Again, any questions, feel free to text me or email me. All right, I'm going to log out. Good night, everyone.